What is going on, guys? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm Danaman, aka Daniel's son, and I just watched Wandavision episode 4, and we're going to be talking about it. It's 12:38 at night, so I'm still processing a little bit, but I want to just kind of like go over it with you guys and let you know my thoughts on it. But before we start the review, there might be little minor spoilers here and there, just a fair warning. Before we start, my last giveaway has concluded. I want to thank the winner on that one. So we have another giveaway, another Funko Pop giveaway, and how you can enter is by subscribing to this channel and putting down below on the comment section hashtag X-Men. And I will pick the winner at the end of the Winter Soldier and Falcon series. And at the end of that series, some lucky winner will get, that's right, a Colossus Funko Pop. Funko Pop, baby. So just put hashtag X-Men down below in the comment section. Go be sure to subscribe and you'll enter to win that Funko Pop. Okay, let's just get started with the episode. Kind of miss Netflix series, Marvel series. I just like watching this episode. I'm getting why a lot of people are getting turned off by this episode or this series. But we get a lot more. We get a hell of a lot more in this episode. We get why this is all happening. We see the players that's involved. Some from the MCU previously into this episode. We see where they're at. We see we see a lot more going on in the folds of this television universe. I'm kind of getting bored. I got bored in the beginning. This is kind of, it really made me, when I was watching this episode in the beginning, I was like, I dug the first two episodes because I'm a big I Love Lucy fan. I thought the third episode would give us a lot more, but it kind of towards the end it did. This episode is what the episode I want for the third episode. So, boy, halfway through the episode, I knew where this was kind of going. I was a little disappointed, honestly. I felt like this Marvel, and I know what Kevin Feige's trying to do, but I feel like the writing's not that great. Especially the comedic kind of jokes that's in this episode. I feel like it made me think about the Netflix series like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, the feel of those shows. And you could definitely tell the look of this episode, the look of this series is definitely an MCU property. But honestly, I was getting really bored. At one point I got up to go take a piss and come back, and I didn't miss anything. I really didn't miss anything. So what was surprisingly was, I'm already on this review, but this episode felt like it was pretty fast. I don't know if it was the same amount of time as the previous episodes, but this episode definitely felt fast. So we get introduced, a little spoiler, I guess. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, I'm just going to touch on a little bit of spoilers here and there. Yeah. So, I know. So basically, a little bit of spoilers. So we get Dr. Lewis, or Kat Dennings back in the fold. Last time we saw her, I think it was like in Thor 2. So she's in here. We get Dr. Wu, who was in Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2. He was the FBI agent. So I did like bringing back those characters, but then the writing for the interactions between Dr. Lewis and Wu, and the whole kind of like cast, the whole people who are investigating what the hell's going on with this particular. I guess it's kind of hard not to spoil it, but what's going on in this kind of bubble? All right, they find this like kind of like bubble thing. Now, I see what Kevin Feige's doing. If anybody knows about the storyline of House of M, it really feels like it's going that way, but I think it's a huge mistake. I really think it's a mistake to introduce that storyline this soon, especially if you're getting into Fantastic Four later on, or X-Men later on. You're bringing them into the MCU, so I think it's kind of a mistake. I understand why they're probably using that storyline, maybe to introduce a lot of things in the future, especially with Vision. There's a lot of things going on here um, with Vision. There's a lot of things that you see why Vision. You get the clear. It's so hard not to spoil. Okay, so fuck it. All right, guys. So from here on, to let you know the whole sweetness of this review. I didn't necessarily like it. I feel like this is really dragging. I feel like the writing is just not crisp. The jokes are not landing. The acting in here wasn't that great. That's why it made me think of Netflix, because the Netflix series, the acting in there is superb. Even the side characters, where there is side characters in this episode, but I just feel like it's not holding up. All right. So I think it's a great visual for the budget they give. There's some moments in here where I'm like, oh, Disney definitely gave them a budget to showcase a lot of stuff. I did like the little twist at the end that we get of this episode. I think the storyline that is going forward with it, I don't necessarily agree. I think it's kind of a mistake to introduce a very popular comic book storyline, but I can see why they're doing it. I think the next episode we're going to get a hell of a lot more, but I feel like every episode of WandaVision, at least the first half, is just kind of generic and boring. And watching this episode, you could go onto any other YouTube channel and they'll tell you everybody pretty much predict what this was going to lead up to or what this was about. And that was kind of a letdown. I feel like if you're going to I really, really love Wanda, especially after that epic smackdown she gave to Thanos. And to have a series like this, I like how they're taking chances, but for Wanda, I see it. I see where Doctor Strange 2 is headed to, but I just feel like it's a kind of a letdown. I feel like we only have so many episodes left, and this is not the series that I absolutely wanted for Wanda. I feel like they could have went another route with it. I understand with the powers and stuff, but honestly, this is very much boring me. So wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan so far. I'm not a fan what's going on. I'm pretty sure it's going to pick up next episode more, but I'm kind of frustrated with it. If I have to go take a piss, usually I just stay if I'm really entertained by a movie or a TV show, but it wasn't entertaining me. It wasn't really grasping me. I knew what was going to happen, and then I just left. And then I came back, and there was really nothing happening. So overall, I thought this episode was generic. It got better towards the end, like all the other episodes, but it was fine. So we're going to go on to spoilers because it's kind of hard not talking about this episode without spoiling anything. So from here on out, I mean, why would you be even watching me if you haven't seen the episode? From here on out, spoilers. So we can really dig deep into this episode and why I have a gripe with some of the things that's happening in here. Okay, Warren, boom. All right. If you guys just joined me, like I said, hashtag X-Men down below, subscribe to the channel, and you get a chance to win this Colossus Funko Pop. The winner will be announced at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. All right, let's get into it. So Monica Rambeau, the child of, what was her name? Maria Rambeau from Captain Marvel, that god-awful movie. I did not like that movie. I'm sorry if anybody liked it. Did not like that movie. But Monica Rambeau, that's who she is. That's who just got spat out in that bubble that Wanda just went boom, right out of her, right, got her ass out, said, be gone. So Monica Rambeau is, I like that they kind of showcase the emergence of everybody in a snap where she was right by her, the bedside of her mother who had cancer. Her mother died. It's been 3 years. I did like that. I thought that opening was pretty good until she started talking to the doctor, and like the doctor's so calm. She's like, "Oh, whoa, where were you? Oh, you were missing for so long. Oh yeah, your mama died. Just to let you know, your mama died." I thought it was a little weird. I thought it was very wonky, that particular scene, those particular interactions, but I did like the reemergence of everybody. Daniel Snap. I thought that was a pretty nice way to open it. So we keep going, right? We learn a little bit more of Monica Rambeau. She's part of this organization called SWORD. A lot of people predicted that. She's getting back into the field, basically. Not she's has this assignment. She meets up with Dr. Wu or Dr. Wu, FBI agent Dr. I want to call him Dr. Wu, FBI agent Wu, who was an Ant-Man. I like this guy too. I like this actor. It was, but like I think Monica Rambeau, the actress who played her, she did a great job. I thought she was. I was kind of really digging her performance. Doc or FBI Wu, here and there, especially when he interacts with Kat Dennings' character, Dr. Lewis. That's what I'm trying to say, Dr. Lewis, because Kat Dennings comes back into the fold. She's the one that figures out like this frequency. She says it like twice in the episode, but she basically gets an old ass TV, and we can see the TV episodes of WandaVision. So the whole SWORD organization is kind of investigating this whole like bubble that's going on, and that's Wanda. So we find out in this episode, Wanda is causing this shit. All right. So if House of M is coming to play, and what that means is in House of M, she wishes all in the X-Men comics, she wishes all the mutants away. She gets her own little paradise going. It's just her, right? I think it's her and Magneto. I believe it was Magneto. No, because he's mutant. Gone. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But anyway, so we find out because Monica Rambeau, what a dumbass, she sends a drone into that little bubble and it disappears. And what does she do? She sees the little force field, right? She touches it. And I swear to God, when she started touching it and Wu's like, don't you do that. Don't do it. Hey, Monica, no. And she starts like putting more of her hand in there. It just brought me back to Alien Covenant. I'm like, how stupid can you be? Why are you doing that? Stop it. And when her ass gets sucked in there. And then she stays in there, and they're so Wu, Lewis, the SWORD organization, they're all kind of just like watching this program, seeing what the fuck is this? What is going on here? Right. And what I like is that the scene where Wanda and Rambeau, or that particular scene when, she's giving birth and stuff. And then when Monica mentions Ultron, and then we don't see the scene where she pushes her out of the goddamn bubble. We don't see that. But when we watch that, when we see it in this episode, I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. I'm getting a little sense of horror aspects to that particular scene, which I really dug. When Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, Wanda gets pissed and asks her, who the hell are you? You are an intruder. You are not my friend. And then she starts going with the little magic and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, now we're talking. I'm getting a little bit of Sam Raimi kind of feel, I'm getting a little bit of horror-esque kind of deal going on. And then when she just like, okay, and like fucking Monica goes out the goddamn bubble, I'm like, that's what I want to see. I want to see a little bit of horror-esque to it. I mean, if we could just like just switch it upside its head, and we go from sitcom to a horror show, which is not going to happen, but it might happen in Doctor Strange. So you get a little bit of that. You get a little bit of that mean streak of Wanda, which I freaking love. I'm like, yes, thank you. And then another very horrific, like no pun intended, but here comes the pun. Vision comes in, what's going on? And then Wanda just like sees the dead corpse of Vision. Right? That I was like, that one kind of like perked me up a little bit. When I saw Vision and like, when Thanos took off the stone and his lifeless corpse, and then you see him running through the house and you see Wanda just for kind of not even a second. It's like 10 seconds of looking at Vision and that corpse. I was like, hallelujah, something interesting visually, fantastic, love it. And then she closes her eyes and she looks at Vision like, oh, it's okay. And then when Vision says, we can go anywhere. Nah, babe, this is our home. This is our home. This is our house. I really enjoyed that. that was the part where I was like, okay, that's good. That's good stuff. I like it. I absolutely enjoyed that particular scene more than hearing Wu and I think first name is Darcy or Dr. Lewis banter. Way more than that. Way more than that. And that's what a lot of the episode was a lot of banter. I feel like the writers over there at Disney is definitely not as strong as the writers over there at Netflix platform. Because when you watch the Daredevil series and you watch the Jessica Jones series, like the writing and the banter and the interactions were so great. I mean, Rosario Dawson was the night nurse and her scenes were great. But this particular episode really showcased that that's not really, there's nothing really too engaging with these characters going on, you know? And to think about it, like, oh man. And then they really mentioned Monica's mom in this episode, how she founded Sword. Like I said, I did not like Captain Marvel. If anybody else liked it, you're wrong. I'm just kidding with you. I didn't like it. All right. I didn't think her mom was, I mean, she at the end of the movie, I don't even remember really too much of that movie with her in it. It's just that it was that forgettable. But so far I like Monica, just because the actress is doing a good job with it. I need more from Monica in the future. It's going to be definitely more, especially when Monica is saying it's all Wanda, because everybody was thinking like, well, what's going on with Wanda? Like, is Wanda in danger? Did somebody put her in this bubble? But that's not the case. Wanda has done all of this. Maybe there's this little villain here and there. Agnes might be a villain. A lot of people say Mephisto might be appearing. I think it's all Wanda, honestly, because this is going to connect to Doctor Strange 2, to maybe Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange 2. A lot of reports are saying she's going to be the villain, and I would be down for that. I would be down for Wanda to be the villain because you get a little taste of that in this episode. It's going to jump from here now, and then it's going to go to Full House, kind of, what is it? We're in the 70s, right? So it's going to be going to 80s, 90s pretty soon. I hope it's going to be interesting. So they're going to balance this. So we're going to get to the real world in the next episode, balancing it to what Wanda's doing over there in her television kind of world. Just thinking about the episode, honestly, it's other than that one particular part and learning kind of what we already kind of guessed what was going to happen. There wasn't anything fantastic about this episode other than, once again, towards the end, I just feel like they're kind of letting me down on this. I like the ideas, but the ideas have to become a full-fledged episode where I'm entertained, I'm engaged, and I honestly, because I already knew where this was going, I really didn't care until we got that interaction between Monica and Wanda that we didn't see in the last episode. I am interested to see the other people and what they play a part in. I mean, of course, Agnes, the neighbors, what is their role? What is going on there? I'm interested in that. When it comes to Sword, a little bit. I just really think the acting's not all that great in that particular section. With Elizabeth Olsen, I think her acting's fine. Actually, I feel like for what she's given, she's doing a great job, and of course, Paul Bettany's doing a great job too. I'm telling you right now, though, at the end of this series, Vision, I don't think Vision stays alive. Of course, this is kind of like all in her head, but it's kind of weird that Vision. I felt like that Vision knew what was going on, sort of. I don't know. That was a little interesting, that little dialogue that he had with Wanda. But at the end of the series, I think Vision is going to stay dead. Especially, I did like the little, with Source saying, dude, Vision should be like dead. Why is he on the TV screen right now? So I think at the end of this whole series, what's going to make Wanda snap is her paradise, right? Her paradise is going to come crumbling down and she's going to lose it. And that's where Doctor Strange comes in. So at the end of the series, I think that's what's going to happen. Now, I'm very interested to see if a couple X-Men pops in later on down the road. Which Quicksilver are we going to see? Are we going to see Fox's Evan Peters Quicksilver, which I believe is the best? Are we going to see Ultron's Quicksilver? I forgot his name. He's not, was it Alan Taylor or something like that? Are we going to see his version, which I didn't think was that great? But that's probably, I think we're definitely going to see that version because, that's her brother. But I'm super interested to see if that X-Men Quicksilver is going to be coming in. How does he fit in this world? It might be a little, I'm going to call it right now. We'll see if I can call it, right? Call my shot. Boom, home run. I'm going to call it right now. So the episode where Wanda and Vision are in Halloween, they're taking their kids to Halloween and they're dressed up as their counterpart costumes in the comic. I'm going to say they're trick-or-treating and then a guy dressed up as her brother, Quicksilver, is probably Evan Peters, but it's not the X-Men from Fox. It's just a little, remember this guy? Yeah, this is funny, huh? He's in the costume of Quicksilver. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna call my shot. If I'm a betting man, I'm gonna see if that happens because I don't think Disney has the balls yet. I don't think Disney wants X-Men in just yet. They might want to get Fantastic Four off the ground first, but then there's a lot of reports saying that Quicksilver, it will make an appearance, the Fox one, but we'll see. I mean, that's the kind of appearance I'm thinking of. So, not to drag this review any further, it's okay. Does it really heighten me up every Friday to watch this series? Not really. I'm not going to go back and watch the whole thing. I mean, unless it's a stellar freaking ending. But we're already 4 episodes in here, and I always say for a series, you got to give it at least 4 or 5 episodes to really get in. And Breaking Bad started off really slow, but fucking fantastic. But I don't think WandaVision is going to go a Breaking Bad route, where it's going to be the greatest TV show of all time. So I'm going to continue watching it. I'm actually looking more forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier, because they said that series they're going to determine exactly who's going to be the next Cap. And then, of course, Chris Evans news. He might be coming back as Captain America. We'll see. But overall, WandaVision, I just think they're letting me down a little bit. I think they have a budget there. I like the special effects. They're holding up. Some of the acting's not. Some of the acting is. I just think the writing in here, it's a good idea. It's good ideas, but it's not overall like fantastic, So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and comment in this little section right here, or comment below when the video gets uploaded. It was fine, guys. It was fine. Once again, the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes were great. But we kind of get the gist of what's going on now. So we'll see how much of a pace it goes in the next episode. And once again, just to remind people, my 6 viewers that are watching right now, Colossus Funko Pop giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel. Push a like, please. It'd be nice. But down below, after you subscribe, put hashtag X-Men. And I will announce the winner at the end of the Winter Soldier and Falcon series. At the end of the last episode, I'll announce the winner, and it's by random. So I have more videos on the channel. A lot of videos coming up. I mean, a lot more Marvel videos, a lot more anime videos, like a bunch of videos. Check out my channel. You'll see it all. Thank you guys. I'm going to go night-nights. Bye-bye. Good night. WandaVision.